Here we have a relevant client case study of the My Big John's restaurant chain based in the Midlands. So we did a complete revamp of their website, taking it from a quite an age-dated, quite a horrible user journey for customers placing order, and completely revamped it from the ground up. If we look at the main landing page, it's a crisp, sharp design, borrows quite a lot from sort of Pizza Hut and Domino's in terms of the way they lay out. It's all about an instant call to action. So really what we're trying to get customers to do is, start ordering food. Do they want delivery, collection, enter your postcode, find your store. So yep, we do place ads, and the head office have the ability to replace the advertisements on the homepage just by the content management tool that we provide. But if we can see that if a client was to, or a customer was to click on Build Your Pizza, we are firing them back up to the top of the page and asking them to complete what the major call of action is for the page. If we look at the top left here, we've got the padlock. So this gives customers the security of knowing that all the data that they ever input is fully encrypted and secure. Important for the majority of customers who are now grown up to look for that padlock for security on ordering websites. So if we scroll down to the bottom, what kind of additional pages do we support? We've got a contact us page for customers, supported by reCAPTCHA there at the bottom. Customers can fill in their details. What are the primary reasons for contact? Typically, they're going to be order feedback, complaints. If there's a problem placing an order, where is the order, website or app feedback, or general kind of franchise, business inquiries, land sales, that kind of stuff. The system is clever enough that, dependent on what kind of inquiry it is, the emails are sent to different people within the business, or it can be a kind of hold or email address. Privacy and terms and conditions are really, really important now with the new GDPR legislation. So we help the client with all this, that make sure the legal terms and the policies are up to scratch as the way they should be. Terms and conditions are relevant to delivery as well. Finally, if we look at our restaurant site, we list every restaurant that is part of the Big John's business. So the solution itself is what we call multi-tenant. So, the key difference there is that every single restaurant site for Big John's features on this platform in its own right. Why does that make a difference? It means that, if required, the different branches can run different promotions, pricing, loyalty, rewards. That can be relevant. Say for example, Big John's expand into a new region. Say they open stores in Manchester and they're looking to run, specific opening level promotions at just those locality stores. Then the system is sophisticated enough to be able to do that. If we go into store information on a particular store, we do provide quite a lot. Opening hours, delivery hours, what kind of features and services are available. So if we go through the actual order process that we've spent considerable time working on, if we go for delivery, if the customer was to place their postcode order, hit Find My Store, the system quickly generates where the local store is. So it's coming back with ACOX screen. This here will be populated with more stores if there was more stores delivering within that radius. So if you select order now, if you see the whole order screen is based on one screen, this is with a view to load time and interactions. It's key, or research has shown us it's key, that for customers placing orders, the least number of interactions they have to do between landing on an ordering page and placing that order, the more successful we are in generating revenue. So for Big John's, all of their kind of categories are running across the top there. Build your own pizzas, kebabs, burgers, peri-peri chicken. We've got a burger bar that clicks open with more categories. So if we go to probably their most complicated selection, we've got build your own pizza. Add that to the basket. Opens up a little light box. In there, customer can pick the size. They can customize the pizza. Add sauces. Add toppings. Add extra toppings for 2 clicks. Remove, or just go back to normal. Eventually, then go to add to basket. It appears in the right hand side there. Basket's quite dynamic. They can, you get a lot of information about the store, what options you've got. You can plus or minus the products within that, and it'll update it on the basket spend. If we go to, let's say we want to add a cold drink, the screen will scroll down to the relevant section. You can add the products into there, and if a customer is ready to check out, we go. If they're a registered customer, then all these details will be pre-filled from their previous history. If they're a guest customer, then they would add these details in now. So if we quickly go through the process, you select your time. Let's just go with test details. The other benefit that we've got in here is all of our solutions come with postcode search built in. Why is that important? Because again, it reduces errors. So when you're typing your postcode in, we've got a tool which is self-filling the addresses, and the customer can simply just select the address, and it will auto-populate and then save. Same with payment, whether they pay by debit card or credit card, or they pay with cash. We're an integrated partner with Barclaycard and have one-click payment. The key to that is once a customer's registered, they can save as many card details as they want, and then they've got the ability to do one-click checkout. If we're running voucher offers, they've got the ability to do that. They can add order notes. Eventually, when they're ready to place their order, they can simply hit place my order, and they'll be delivered a tracking code, and then they can sort of track the orders from their app device or their mobile phone. So one of the key things that we touched upon with this platform was to make it fully mobile responsive. So everything you've seen to date is a full screen desktop view. So if we now mimic a mobile responsive display, so we shrink the screen size to replicate what a typical mobile screen would look like. We can see then on the right hand side there, the Big John's website layout completely changes to replicate the screen size. This is great for the majority of customers that place orders. For Big John's and typically for other food outlets, 70% of orders now come via mobile. So this is now mimicking the mobile state. So if we go back through the order process, we will see that everything is fine-tuned and displayed in a different manner to originally. So even the store profile and the map, we go back to order now and we'll see that the menu bar is different. So rather than scrolling across, it's all a drop down. So you can select fish and chips and it will scroll down, add it to your basket, close the basket down, go to the next product. Doesn't matter how far down you scroll, the categories are still tied to the top. Add a sauce, done. Once we're ready to go to checkout, again, a simple, mobile responsive, similar checkout scheme, but everything is catered to change and adapt to your screen size. So if we start to stretch this back out to maybe mimic the tablet. So if we look at the categories bar here, if we keep stretching across, and then that is typically iPad size there, so you can see it would then revert back to the larger display where it's displaying some of the categories, the high selling categories, and then it's got the drop down bar. So that's the website itself, showing quick, easy, very easy to load up, quick order process. Customers can add items to the basket, and really they're seeing significant growth in basket spend. The admin tool or dashboard, where I suppose the magic happens in terms of product management, just hangs at the back of the website. So you can see there it's mybigjohns.com/admin. All of their staff have different login details with different levels of clearance based on their their position within the hierarchy. So once we load the admin tool, we can see an overview of reports in terms of orders during the course of the week, a number of days, sales revenue, average basket spends, order statuses. They can do drop down, so they can go store level, so we can go to a particular store and see reports for that particular store, or we can do sort of what we call God level, all store access. So in here we have the ability to look at customer management, so that's for app customers that might have blocked their accounts. We can create promotions, new campaigns, issue gift vouchers, and the key element to it is probably reporting. So if we look at the report section, we can actually see orders. It will be from today, so we can see order statuses, and this is where we've got order tracking. So if we change the date set and generate the report again, what you will see is as orders come through in real time, we've got 3 orders in processing. That means that those orders have been issued and have been accepted by the store. If the store haven't seen them, the status will be pending. Well, after processing, the order status is either go to complete, which means that they've been successfully processed, or on the odd occasion they will go into cancelled if the order has to, if the customer's rung up to cancel the order, or there's been an issue with delivery or something like that. All these order status changes relate directly to order tracking at the customer's end. So a customer will see order tracking status on their mobile phone, or the laptop device, saying that the order is being prepared, the order is ready, the order is out for delivery, and the order is complete. So if you go back to orders, the other report that the head office staff like to see is sales data. So you can pick whether you want to see sales data for the whole store, or whether you wish to zoom in on one particular store. You select the dates that you wish to see this data for, and the report will be generated. It will tell you, break it down into each store, whether it's a card order or a cash order. If we click on each successful date, it will tell you whether it's a telephone order, a call center order, or an app order, and you've got all the sales figures collated in there. Any report that you see in the admin tool can be exported into Excel for easy working. What we always advise clients is that rather than working on a report in the back end tool, it's always better to export it into Excel and then open it up there, because it's much faster and quicker to work on a report in Excel. So just demonstrating here how quick and easy it is to export reports. And so you can see that report has been downloaded into Excel, ready for extraction or analysis, and so forth. Other reports that we can view are, how many people have downloaded the app, the push notifications, what the order, how many messages have been sent, what the reading rates, and so forth. So a quick recap, the order process is designed to be smooth, quick, easy. The checkout process, we've done 20,000 orders now for Big Johns without a single complaint or failed order. The postcode search has meant that they've had no fake orders through the system to date, which again is a vast improvement on say Just Eat or Delivery, where fake orders are a significant issue. It's all mobile responsive as demonstrated, and there's a back-end tool that's quite sophisticated for reporting functionality. But thank you for viewing this demonstration of the Food to Go platform being